So I just got the madstad adjustable windshield system. I just opened it up. These are the parts. I got an 18-inch for my scrambler. This one, that's where it's gonna go on. I'll figure out the rest slowly, but these are the parts that it came with. Probably these two are the attachment on the forks. That's probably to detach it quickly. Parts and the actual windshield. Looks pretty solid. Very nicely made, I have to say. I got the gray because it matches the little bit of gray on the bike. But that's about it. We will get started on this. I'm going to read the instructions and come back to you. I'm putting it on the scrambler 1200 XE. So I was reading through the instructions. Very clear, very concise. I kind of like it. Very, very clear. You don't get these kind of instructions these days with anything. This is very clean, very easily understandable. So far so good. I'll let you know how the rest of it goes. As you can see, I have lowered on the fork springs about like an inch. So then it still fits. I just placed it on it. It fits great. We'll screw it and we'll see. This is how it goes. It goes on the lower screw, lower bolt on the fork springs, lower on both sides. This one is lower, that one is lower. So we gotta take this one and this one, both on the lower sides, take it out. They have given a replacement bolts on those. We're gonna put them in with some spacers, and that should be one side of it. Not that I need to. I think it is a pretty simple, straightforward procedure, but I always put this in there, especially when I'm messing with forks. If I'm unscrewing the forks or something like that, I would definitely put something in there just to support it. It's not very costly, maybe like 70-80 bucks on Amazon. Very, very handy. So before you get started, these bolts come, this bolt, washer, and a spacer right here. So the short spacer goes on top, the longer spacer, so there's two sizes. This is the longer spacer, that's the shorter spacer. That's the short one, and that's the long one. The long one goes in the bottom, and the short one goes on top, just like that. Just like that. Just like that. So it's a 6 mm bolt. You can either use a bolt socket or you can use a Allen key. So I loosened it up now. I'm taking it out. We don't need the screws, the bolts afterwards. That's what I've been told in the instructions. So I guess those are the ones that are saying bye. Come on. Okay, these are out. Next step, we're gonna put those in. I'm gonna show you how. So that's how it goes. The spacers, the thing goes in the bolt we took out. That's the bottom. That's the top. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Right here. Right here. All you gotta do is screw it in now. And my guess is these are the things that'll hold the windshield. That's all. Pretty simple. Good instructions again. Same goes on this side. The lower and the lower. We gotta take them out and put the new ones in. The lower bolts, they're both out on this side. This one is almost screwed in. I haven't tightened them yet, but I will. That's how it'll look. Going back to the thing. So one thing I noticed, which I think will be helpful, is the shorter spacer goes where this angle is. The longer spacer goes, it's basically like a square, but this angle thing is actually the top. So the shorter spacer goes there. If you make a mistake, that's the way to check it. The shorter spacer goes with the angle. Now you can tighten them. First with the Allen key, I guess. So it's a simple tight. Not too tight for right now, because I don't know what else I'm dealing with. And that's, I guess, the basic rule for everything anyway. Don't tighten things too much if you don't know how to take it back. That's a life lesson. Okay, that should do the main part of it. I'm going to tighten the bolts because they are the fork bolts. They need to be tightened properly. And then I'm going to come back to it. And then we're going to go to the next step, which is this thing. We got to figure that out. So this is where it goes. This is basically the locking mechanism. I'm going to show you how it's done. It's easy once you understand it. So put this away from all the holes. This is the lock. It slides in like that. Take up a little bit and then kick it up. There you go. So it has to look like this. So slide it up this way a little bit, put it in, and then lock it like that. That's all it is. It's set. It could be tightened maybe a little bit, but that's about it. It's easy setup. So this is how it looks on this side. This is how it looks on this side. I don't think it's going anywhere. It looks pretty sturdy. I mean, it's a windshield, so it's gonna move a little bit, but that's how it looks so far. So now it's time for windshield. So this is the screw with the flat washer first, then the windshield, just like this. So this is, oh sorry, this is the wash, this is the thing, screw, this is the plastic one, that's the windshield, and that's the rubber washer. It's gonna go right here. Rubber washer is gonna be on this side, and the plastic and the screw is gonna be on the other side. That's how it's gonna look. That's how it's gonna look. 4 plastic washers showing up from the inside. And on the other side, it should theoretically looks like just simple this. Come on, zoom in, focus. You get the picture. It's just a plastic washer and the screw. Okay. Let's on to the next. Guys, so I have dealt with this before with that rocket power blade installation. It's very confusing in the beginning, but it's easy to understand once you get it, in the sense that Can't. You see this? This is a wash. This is like a socket kind of a thing, but it squeezes in once you can't focus on this, but it'll squeeze in. That you see this length of it, it'll not be this long after you squeeze it in. Let me see if I can show you in the rocket. Same kind of concept. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? You see that? That little thing right there? That thing is squeezed in. It's as long as that one, but it's squeezed in. So once you screw the nut, it kind of squeezes in, and it'll look like it's not going in, but it goes in. I mean, I haven't done it yet on this one, but that's my experience. That's what it says right there. Hand tighten. If it's not tightened enough, it'll be long enough, it'll be over tightened, it's squeezed. If it is just right, then it's gonna be like this. Let's go ahead and try it. Okay, here we go, it's nothing. Come on, I can't even see it. So I probably should go bottom first. A little bit. I know. So I just wanted to show you the difference between the length of the thing. Look at the top one. I don't know if I can focus on it. So look at the top one and look at the bottom one. That's the difference. The top one should, after screwing in, looks like this, and the bottom one still is not screwed in. So it's not squeezed. That's the difference. Please remember that. It's very tricky. It looks like rubber. It looks like it doesn't have anything in it to grab, but it does work. You gotta hold it from the other side and screw it in. I'm gonna try to show you how it's done, but you gotta hold it from this side right here. Hold it from your hand and screw from the other side with a screwdriver. That's the way it's gonna work. It works every time, but it looks like it's flimsy, but it's not. So hold it like this from here and then screw it from the other side. Just tighten it enough so it looks tight enough. If the nut is coming out enough, that's good enough. That's good enough. I wouldn't go more than that. I think, well, if it moves a little bit, if you see it moving a lot, then it's a different story altogether, but I don't think it will move. I think it'll be all right. So that's about it. I'm going to talk a little more about it. 1 second, let me just explain that, all that. But I think the installation is done. So I'm going to tell you what I felt. So my forks, as I told you, I had lowered them on that. So because of that lowering, this is coming a little bit on the headlight. I might have to adjust it from here. There's a 2-inch adjustment that they have given. I'm going to do that and then I'm going to let you guys know. The adjustment is right about right about here somewhere. I'm going to show you. 1 second. So this is the adjustment. That Allen key bolt, I need to loosen a little bit, pull it up a little bit. That should be the height adjustment forever. I mean, I can change it if I want, but I think that'll be perfect. I don't want it to come on the headlight. I'll get back to you on this. So I increased the height a little bit because it was not lining up with my headlights. Now it's perfect. That's how you install a madstad. Kind of looks cool. You can't tell it in a video, but it kind of looks cool. Kind of like it. Here we go. That's it.